For the 0-1, swung on. This one is smacked over to right field, over the head. It's gone! Home run for John Quimby. Swung on. This one's going to right center field. It has the distance. It's gone! John Quimby starts it off for the Otterbein Cardinals with a home run. Harry Shaw delivers to Quimby, swung on to left field. This one is going. It's gone! Into the tennis courts, and the Cardinals put 3 runs on the board.
After an impressive campaign as a junior, Quimby, or Q as his teammates call him, has continued to turn heads this season, registering 4 home runs and 13 RBIs in a season-opening doubleheader and staying near full throttle ever since. Through 32 games played, he has recorded team highs of 48 hits, 46 RBI, 15 home runs, 9 doubles, 36 runs scored, 102 total bases, and holds a slugging percentage of .791. His home run, RBI, and slugging percentage marks are good enough to rank him among the top 20 nationally. Oh, and in case you forgot, he's the team's leadoff hitter.
Have you ever hit the baseball this well? Where is this coming from?
No, I haven't. I'd say I'm always pretty steady, pretty average. But in the fall, we actually videotaped ourselves hitting, and that was actually the first time I've seen myself hit. And you kind of really got to understand, the fundamentals and mechanics of your swing. So I kind of really got to figure out what I was doing wrong and how I could make my swing better. And I kind of used that video to do so, and obviously it's helped.
Quimby's 15 home runs currently has him 3 shy of Otterbein slugger Brian Hiscox's single-season record of 18, set last season. Also a senior this year, Hiscox recently moved into second place on the Ohio Athletic Conference's all-time home run list and currently has 44 career round trippers. He tied an NCAA record with a home run in 8 consecutive games on his way to becoming Otterbein's all-time home run leader a year ago.
Talk about that relationship with him. Have people mentioned anything to you about that?
No, we don't like to get ahead of ourselves. He's more the home run hitter. I kind of swing, and if it goes over the fence, it's a surprise. But we don't talk too much about it. I think we really don't want to jinx ourselves, and as long as we're both hitting home runs, that's just, that's better for the better. So
yeah, it begs the question. You're out of baseball for so long. When you get that phone call, what makes you think you can come back and play right away? And I mean, obviously you've come back and you've played at a very high level. Yeah. What made you think you could come back and be successful?
Well, I really didn't know I could be successful. I left Worcester, I'd say, even though I was hurt, I left Worcester kind of on a high note.
You guys were number 1 in the country at one point.
Being on the off season, playing softball, it wasn't playing every day like baseball, but it really wasn't giving me a lot of problems. I was playing hockey too, which is obviously a lot of stress on your back, and that wasn't too bad either. So when Gressner called me, it was kind of spur of the moment. I kind of had to say yes or no, and I really missed playing. I was coaching, which obviously made me miss even more, and spur of the moment, I just couldn't say no.
Last season, you led the conference in errors out in the field. Yeah. This year, you have 4 through almost 30 games. What's been the biggest key to kind of clamping down on those mistakes out in the field?
A lot of hard work. Coming into this season, one of my main goals was to get better at, my fielding. Last year, I obviously struggled. It really wasn't, I'd say, a hard work, standpoint. It was more like a mentality. You kind of make one error and then you tend to think about it, and it just kind of messes with you mentally. And I think this year I worked more on my mental game.
While it seems like just yesterday that Quimby arrived on campus, the fact remains that his senior and final season at Otterbein is beginning to wind down. His head coach knows that there will be much to miss once Quimby moves on.
Oh, that quiet leadership, obviously his physical abilities. I mean, you can't, the old saying, you can't put in what God left out is very true in coaching. But just that quiet leadership.
Though reserved at times, Quimby still has managed to become an effective leader, whether quiet and by example or vocally.
Ooh, tough throwing into that wind. You see that ball just dives into that wind. The wind's howling, so make sure you hit your cuts. Come on, let's go.
And while he may not draw the title of team clown, Quimby absolutely knows how to joke and crack a smile.
Where's it at? Ew, that's gross. Hey, put that bird in your back pocket. Great job, outfield.
Yeah.
Look terrible.
Let's go.
God, we can't hit cuts.
Why hit cut all day?
Jesus.
Despite all of his successes and good times over the last 2 seasons, he admits he cannot help but occasionally think of where he once was and what has happened since.
I'd say the lowest point is just trying to decide whether or not I was going to keep playing baseball or not. Sophomore year at Worcester, just making that decision on leaving and not playing anymore was probably the toughest decision I've ever made. And then opposite to that, the easiest choice I probably ever made was coming here to play baseball again. So I'm lucky enough to have that opportunity.
If Gessner does not call you that drive, in your driveway in August, what are you doing right now?
That's a good question. Like I said, I was working. I didn't really want to go back to school, so I'm either still working construction right now or probably going to community college trying to get a degree somewhere. Thank Gessner every day for making that call because it's been a great experience here, and I mean Otterbein's a great place, and it's a lot better than where I was.
You guys, you're going to wrap up your senior season here in 3 weeks, a month. Whenever the road ends here in college for you, what's next for John Quimby? Do you feel you can continue playing?
I'd like to. It's definitely a possibility or option that I may have. It's always been a dream since I was a little kid to play at a professional level, but I mean, whether that can happen or not, I don't know. I mean, that's beyond my power. So I'd like to, but if not, then I think I'd be happy with the career that I've had.
Regardless of what lies ahead for John Quimby, his family, friends, and the avid faithful of Otterbein Baseball have had the luxury of witnessing the continued paving of a long and traveled road for number 22.
I bring them to the life